welcome to another edition of the Destination Fantasy Podcast. I know it's been a while, but we back. Football is definitely underway. 2 weeks into the preseason. Uh, but before we even get further into this, wake up, Mr. West. How you doing, bro?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. Having a cup of Joe, even though I hate coffee. Uh, I can't, bro. I gotta put like crazy. We got like this caramel creamer we put in there. It's really, really good to make it
Is
taste like
is it
pleasant.
the Choboni brand or something else?
Nah, bro. I'm buying off brand, bro. I go to Kroger and I'm getting like, hey, Bionomics. Uh,
Hey man, guys are hard out here. I get it.
Hey, bro. So I go grab this. I'll get like the Kroger brand. It's their Simple Truth brand. So it's like an oat milk. Because lactose can't. Yeah, I'm done.
I,
Yeah. So
I
it
get it.
fixes it. It fixes the coffee. I can tell you that. All I want is the caffeine.
That's all we strive for, huh?
That's it.
Oh man. First and foremost, man, how you been doing? Because I know we haven't done this, and it's been about maybe month and a half, 2 months since the
Yeah,
last
man.
time.
Man, I'm good, man. I'm excited about football. I gotta uh, just go ahead and warn my family. They got about 2 weeks, to enjoy me,
Oh,
because football's coming, and I'll see y'all sometime after February. It's like right Valentine's Day. I gotta be extra sweet. It's gonna be a rough couple months.
I mean, it'd be like that. It's like, look, like both our birthdays just passed within the last week,
Happy
and
birthday, belated.
same
Well,
to you,
no,
sir.
we both was on the same day, so we good. We good.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just know, like, for me, once the birthday hit, it's like, all right, well, we ain't got too much longer. It's about to start getting cooler. When it gets cooler, that means I'm about to see, men in pads going at it with a football and stuff. So that's about that time. It's definitely about that time, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Um,
grab that gallon of milk. Right to- Like I'll be right back.
I was making a joke about that at work the other day. I was rolling. Oh man, but yeah, like you said, football be here very very soon. I mean, we got preseason action. Um, as a Bears fan, I know you see that back there. I have to get some aesthetic, some stuff for my fandom here. But nevertheless, speaking of my team, real quick, I think we got one. I want to say we got one. I know it's early, it's preseason. It's just more so the mannerisms, the mechanics, the IQ, the awareness. It's that stuff. I could care less about the yards and all that. It's just more so passing the eye test. And for me, it seems like Caleb is definitely checking all boxes here on my end for sure.
I am gonna watch him this year. I believe we play y'all this year, if I'm correct. We do
You
play
we
y'all this
do.
year. So, and when I get some opportunities, I want to sit and watch him. I wholeheartedly agree from highlights and stuff I've been seeing. But the one thing I want to see him do, I want to see him do the simple things. The wild plays, it's like great to see the wild plays, but like what they used to tell us kids, keep it simple. Sometimes
Yeah.
you gotta keep it simple, and I want to see him. That's what I want to see him do. But also, I'm pointing to all y'all Bear fans. I want no excuses on this. No excuses. Not y'all what y'all gave with Justin. He had offensive line. He had no weapons. He didn't have. Even though I love Cole Komet, you had DJ Moore. You had Darnell Mooney. That moment Darnell Mooney was good. Next moment it was like, oh, he ain't nothing. He was. Ain't nobody here to see you, Darnell. Like, come on, man. I was like, yo, y'all had some fire running backs. He literally has everything offensively that it's going to take. And y'all's defense was fire. Y'all defense was fire last year. Was it Montez Sweat? Y'all picked up.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all's defense is nice. So y'all have everything you need to be a decent team. Now I'm not saying y'all should win y'all's division, but I wouldn't be surprised if y'all did. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because you got defense, and then your offense has improved. That man got more weapons than John Wick.
Whew. Whew.
Receiving core, um, your receiving core, you got DJ Moore, you got Rome Odunze, you got Keenan Allen, you got Cole Kmet, and then you got was it DeAndre Swift at running back. What else do you need? What else, Mr. Wick? What else do you need? Like, bro, what? Somebody had to go. Whoever's painting his nails, instead of them taking the dog, they're gonna kidnap the person painting boy's nails, and then yeah, that's a little joke. But that man got weapons. Like I said, he got that wild factor. Keep it simple, and yeah, and y'all investing in his offensive line too. So like, he's one of the just, I don't know, maybe transition to fantasy. Like, I would be interested in picking up Caleb Williams as a QB just because of everything he has. So yeah.
Man, you know what? I don't even have to speak on it. You said it. I'm just signing off on it.
Yeah.
You know, before I even talk about, you know, other you know, rookies and stuff, let me just, you know, go down 65 to 465 here real quick.
Hey.
You know, Anthony Richardson, that's somebody I'm very intrigued in this year. And I know, you know, today's show, you know, supposed to be more of a show per se. I know we just, you know, talking here, but I was going to say Anthony Richardson was one of the players I'm definitely targeting this year and a lot of drafts. I mean, I know the sample size last year was very small, but it's just more so. And I guess last year you could say the thing was he was here for a good time, not a long time. But just know in that good time, he was good. He was really good. So you got that. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, a couple of years ago, this man was the fantasy superstar. And I know, you know, last year coming back from, what was it? Was it injury, I believe, initially?
Injury and contract. Like, he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, the holdout and all that stuff. Yeah. So, and I know those two didn't really have a chance to really play together, if I'm not mistaken.
One snap.
That's wild.
Or maybe one. That's crazy.
It wasn't long. I know that much. And then Michael Pittman, like, he's almost, to me, almost in that DeAndre Hopkins, the quarterback is, I'm still going to get mine.
I like that.
He pretty much fits that mold to me.
Yeah.
Now Josh Downs, he's out, right? If I'm not mistaken.
He'll be out a couple weeks. Get ready for the Adonai Mitchell show.
Yes, that's the guy that I wanted to get to. You perfect segue, because I remember him at Texas.
Yeah,
phenomenal guy.
Georgia as well.
He went to Georgia prior to.
Yeah, no, the only reason he moved to Texas is because he had a daughter, and he wanted to be closer to his daughter. Yeah, he played at Georgia when they won a national. I believe it was the one when they won a national championship. He was on that team. He made the. He actually scored in that game.
When they was that the one that was beating the crap out of TCU? Everybody turned the game off early.
Turned off.
Exactly what happened. I know for a fact I didn't make it to halftime. I know for a fact I didn't make that.
Bro, that was so bad, so bad. I'll look it up real quick. Go ahead.
But I just know that there are some weapons and opportunity for this Colts team that can really do some damage that a lot of people's not talking about, because everybody in the AFC South is more so dazzling on the Houston Texans right now.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get it. Rightfully so, because CJ was that guy. CJ pretty much broke the mold of the Ohio State quarterbacks in NFL in that 1 year. But nevertheless, Colts is a team that you definitely can't ignore in actual football and in fantasy this year. There's definitely 3 to 4 people to look out for on that one, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, it was he was with Georgia from 2001 to 2002. And so that would make, when they came in, it was defending champions last year. So he was on that. He was on that squad.
Man, TC didn't have a chance, but
no. But what we want to go to next?
So let's just a couple of, I guess, notable, rookies here per se.
Mm-hmm.
What is your thoughts on Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels. That's another one. Jaden Daniels got weapons too.
He do.
Uh, oh dang it! Because I think they lost. Didn't they lose Curtis Samuel?
Yeah, they lost Curtis
Curtis,
Samuel. He went to Buffalo. They still got Terry.
Scary
Some
Terry.
somehow Jahan Dotson on the bubble list. What I saw, they
Okay.
drafted a rookie wide receiver. I can't think of his name, but he apparently been making a lot of progress in camp
I don't
this
know.
year.
But then he's
Yeah,
got a running back. You got a run. You got the Heckler, and then
the
you got
heck.
Robinson.
Yep.
So that's your 1-2. I feel like now his situation isn't as good as Caleb's, but he's going into a really good situation for a rookie. Like you got veterans, except for the kid they drafted, you got all veteran receivers. So I don't know what they got at the tight end, but running back that could protect him. Uh, yeah, I feel like he went to a really good situation.
So definitely, I would say offensively for sure, because I know that defense is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much just sold the farm midway
Basically,
last year.
hey, guess what? Y'all went and got some of them crops, and and it
Yeah,
paid off.
it does, man.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to y'all.
Hey, for real.
What like a
So,
second round pick?
was it a second? Yeah. Yep.
Crazy,
Hey,
crazy.
this second round pick for him actually paid off instead of that Claypool one. He made up for that one. So
Oh yeah, bro. Claypool just got cut again.
I'm telling, dude, I posted that meme last year around this time that in 2025 he's gonna be a Walmart greeter. So I mean,
I love Walmart. I'm Clay.
like, hey,
Bro.
didn't you used to play football? Don't even speak on it, man. But you asked about their tight end. They actually got Zach Ertz at tight end, so
I
that's
ain't,
not bad.
nah, it ain't good either though. Zach Ertz don't
Oh,
play enough games.
oh,
I'm just keeping it a buck. He didn't play that much at Arizona since he left Philly because Zach Ertz is injury prone. I'll take him as a veteran maybe to help develop the next person, but nah. How old is Zach Ertz? About 32.
Zach Ertz is. Gonna tell me the age?
33. I was close.
Yeah, 33.
Yeah, I'm not depending on a 33-year-old Zach Ertz who hasn't been able to stay healthy.
I feel you
Cool
on
name.
that.
Cool name.
They also got Jamison Crowder. I didn't know he was still in the league.
Oh man.
They got a backup guard named Chris Paul. So do what you want with that one.
Hey,
But
with the assist.
Bobby Wagner? Wait, Bobby Wagner signed with them? Is that the? Yeah, Bobby Wagner.
The name of the replacements.
It does feel like that movie a little bit here. But yeah, nevertheless, Jaden Daniels, I mean, a lot of what you said is accurate. I mean, he has talent around him. It's
Yeah.
not like I said, it's not like Caleb's situation, but nevertheless, he can still be productive. Especially he has a high floor with his legs. We
Yeah.
know what he can do. We saw it at LSU. I mean, he is the Heisman Trophy winner, but it's not like he's been put in the Bryce Young situation from last year, right? When it was just covers bare, like the owner barely paid his bills, so it's like nobody even cares about the guy. Just be great with no great situation. So I don't know, but nevertheless, Jaden Daniels, I feel like it's definitely intriguing option for fantasy purposes. Hey, Malik Neighbors is I want to say Malik Neighbors is probably the best player on the Giants right now because Daniel Jones, also known as Danny Crimes these days. My gosh, look, I know I shared the picture yesterday, but then
Yeah.
like later on, I actually saw a video of one of the picks, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Pick 6 at like your own like 2-yard line. What are you doing, Daniel Jones?"
Danny out there cooking. I already got that recipe book from Russ. Yeah. They were cooking up hot dog water. Calling it soup, man. Calling it soup.
Wait. So you tell me he takes the hot dogs out the water and then reuses that water?
Yeah, yeah. Put a couple vegetables in there and they call it soup.
Oh my
Like a
lord!
stew
Yeah,
or something. Yeah,
yeah.
all
That's
bad.
ex- yeah, that's exactly how he's playing. But yeah, nevertheless, I think Malik Neighbors can definitely be a stud. It's gonna feel like when Eli Manning was like pretty much on his way out, and he just so happened to have Odell Beckham Jr. fall into his lap, and then all the production that happened there. It kind of reminds me of a similar situation right now with the Giants. Um, but as long as Malik Neighbors get targets and catches passes and score touchdowns, I can care less about anything else. Honestly, with that one.
You gotta get him the ball though.
Yeah,
And when you get
yeah,
double covered, I don't know, you can't. Yeah,
it's true. Um, and then Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know if they even let him play in preseason or anything like that. I mean, the man is jersey not even being sold right now. I know Madden did him wrong with his graphics on Madden 25, but I do know one thing: when week one comes around, when this man steps on the field, look out.
all
I do
eyes
know
on.
that much,
Yeah, yeah.
man. Let me ask you this. I know I think last time we kind of talked about it. If Marvin Harrison Jr. was your wide receiver one on your team, how would you feel?
I'll be excited. Are you talking to a Colts fan, bro? Like his dad is like my favorite player of all time. Uh, so bro, I'd be beyond excited.
Fair enough. Fair
But yeah, if
enough.
my quarterback isn't Kyler Murray, I wouldn't like Kyler's hit or miss. With the size and he's been banged up a little bit. So, but like sometimes when he's out there and he's healthy, I mean he's making plays. So
Yes, because we seen it when he had an actual number one with DeAndre Hopkins. It's like it was some magic there. Like he
yeah,
made things happen. So production wise, I mean, I would be stunned if Marvin Harrison Jr. did not finish in the top 10 for fantasy wide receiver. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if he finished top 5 if the health is there on both between him and Kyler Murray. I would not
yeah.
be surprised. My gosh. But you said his dad was your favorite player, huh?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Marvin Harris,
Marvin, you like Marvin over Peyton and the Edge back then? I mean, I
yeah.
know you like them all, but that
Oh yeah,
was your guy.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Peyton, but like it's kind of played into like Marvin's demeanor as well. And like as I learned more about Edge later on, like I really like Edge because Edge was like, if you look at Edge, you think one thing, but then it was talking about like his work ethic. Like everybody was out in the clubs and stuff. Edge was in the gym. Like Jim Irsay talked about stories where he had to go kick Edge out the gym. He's like, "Yo, get out of here," because he's working. But with Marvin, like it was during that time when you had your TOs and Randy
Randy's,
Moss
yeah.
and Marvin never really he didn't carry himself like that. He didn't show a lot of emotion on the field.
Nope.
Marvin get a touchdown, give his teammates a hand, and he would go sit on the far end of the bench. He wasn't arguing with nobody or nothing. I love that. It's like, hey, let's go play football.
It reminded me of a businessman. It was just all about business.
Yeah,
He didn't have that diva personality whatsoever. He just came to play, did his job, went home. That's what it felt like.
yeah, he was a killer on and maybe off the field.
Yeah. I just know I'm not going to any car washes in Philly. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Hey.
Not gonna do it. I do want to talk about a couple other wide receiver situations here.
Okay.
Kansas City, two-time defending champs. But you got Hollywood Brown, who's out with a shoulder injury for I think 4 to 6 weeks. So that's one of your weapons gone for a second.
Yeah.
Rashid Rice. How would you target this man? Would you avoid this man? and it's solely because of all the off-season stuff that happened. Like, but he is yet to be suspended, which I find head scratching a little bit.
I'm a, maybe because he was supposed to take over, but what about Xavier Worthy? That's your Tyreek right there. He got his Tyreek back.
And he'd definitely be productive if Rashee Rice misses X amount of games with
Yeah,
Hollywood Brown gone. So it's
like
it's a puzzling. For me, I feel like Kansas City wide receivers right now is it's it's not a sure situation. You want somebody
yeah,
for
you don't
sure.
know who.
Exactly.
Bro, I think it's gonna be Xavier Worthy because everybody is anticipating Rasheed Rice to come out and do his thing. It's always that odd man. It's gonna, yeah. Because if they haven't suspended him yet, I don't know, he may not get suspended at all.
Which would be wild because I think he had one it two different instances, if I'm not mistaken. I want to
Allegedly.
say it was yeah. I know it was with
Yeah.
that car situation,
Yeah.
and then I think it was something else too. I can't put my finger on it. I'm pretty sure it was something else within that week to 2 week period. I can't put my finger on it, but yeah, Rasheed Rice, like, I mean, he helped win people some leagues during the fantasy playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I know Worthy, fastest 40 time in this past combine out of Texas. Apparently, Texas had some stud wide receivers last year.
Yeah. We got one of them.
You do. And the other one is
And Worthy was
with
their number one though. Like Worthy was their number one. So
I didn't know that. I thought Mitchell was, but I didn't really watch too much
Worthy was
Texas.
Mitchell was that guy that he's like Mr. Dependable. Like when you need him, all right, I'm available.
Gotcha.
You know one thing about Mitchell though that I found out, you may personally feel like he dropped in the draft because they said that he would have been a top 5 receiver taken in the draft. And one of the reasons was they said he had like mood changes when he wasn't on his medication because I think he's a type 1 diabetic.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I just watched a little interaction he had. I think he's type 1 diabetic. He's type 1, type 2 diabetic. But he was had an interaction with a kid, and they were talking about like it's like a patch that the kid was wearing. It was like helping him out. But he's like, hey, I take the same thing. But they said he has like mood swings when he doesn't when he isn't properly medicated. But yeah.
Jeez. Did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that he dropped in the draft because I remember he is a top tier wide receiver in this class, and it's pretty good wide receivers in that class in general.
Type 1.
Type 1. Huh. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Another, I guess, wide receiver, well, might as well say team situation here. And it's pretty much tied into this with Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy out with a meniscus. And, they actually repairing the meniscus instead of taking it out. So they're taking a long-term approach, which I get, that's your investment.
Yep.
But it feels like, Vikings
just having
series of bad luck, but
that ain't bad luck.
Oh,
I told you what was gonna happen. Remember what I told you?
I think so.
I told you. Shout out to JJ though, and hopefully he heals up and everything. But I told you what show it's about to be.
I guess boot him up, fire him up. It's gonna be the Sam Darnold show.
Hey, Ghostbusters, baby.
Man, with that being said, with Sam Darnold under center, obviously everybody's still gonna take Justin Jefferson. Maybe not at number 1 or number 2 or anything, but you still gonna take Justin Jefferson because when he gets the ball in his hands, he can do He can do some magical things.
Magic, yeah.
But I'm pivoting to Jordan Addison.
Mm.
Would that be a person would you target or would you be avoiding just based on Sam Darnold at quarterback, but also his off the field issues too that
Yeah, I'm gonna say, didn't he get in a little trouble?
yeah, for was it like a DUI or something like that? Driving
Yeah,
like 120 miles an hour, something crazy.
it ain't that fast. I'm just joking.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how early I would grab him, but yeah. I said this last year, and I know I'll probably get drugged for it. But if you put Sam Darnold in that San Francisco offense full time, they could have won it. Sam Darnold is Brock Purdy's not it, bro. Brock Purdy is not it. I said it. Brock Purdy is he's gonna be your Kirk Cousins. He's gonna be your Dink and Dunk. Remember what Dink and Dunk? Yes, he's of that cut, of that cloth, of what they said. He's cut from the same cloth. He's not. You know, when you look at certain quarterbacks and you say they got that it factor, like he doesn't have that it. He's. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I talked about coffee earlier. He's coffee with just regular cream and sugar. Like, ain't nothing. There's nothing special. Like, I don't see anything special with Brock Purdy.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, I said it.
Whew.
Because look, you take Debo, you take Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, and there was like a few games last year where he didn't have that, and he was like, oh, he didn't have weapons. Bro, they look god awful. And there was also a game they put Sam Darnold in because they'd already lost it. Sam Darnold dang near brought him back, and I'm like, yo, that's because he has like Sam Darnold was in a terrible situation with the Jets. Terrible situation with the Jets. Yeah, the Jets started getting weapons and kind of invested in their offense a little bit after he left. But yeah, he has a it. Am I saying he's gonna be great? Nope. I'm not. Nope. I'm not saying that. But I think Minnesota's gonna be just fine. And come back. You can circle around back on this too. Call me out if I'm wrong.
Well, it is August 18th, 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. Mr. West is dragging Brock Purdy,
Mm-hmm.
and we will circle back on this.
For Deshaun, real quick though, if the Steelers, what they were talking about, if the Steelers can pull off that trade and get Brandon Ayuk, y'all gonna really see him fall off because all he's gonna have is Debo Samuel, unless they trade George Pickens, which I don't see it happening. Yeah, they're not trading George Pickens. Like Brock Purdy is going to struggle.
Now, I will give you that. Ain't this something? All right. Before I even get into my take on that, apparently, the Minnesota Vikings just signed Stephon Gilmore just now.
Stephon ain't going nowhere where he don't think they can compete. Steph ain't going to just get a Gilly ain't going to go get a paycheck. He played here, and when we looked like hot dog water, he was like, "Yeah, I got to get up out of here."
I don't know.
Early, but whatever.
Vikings look like the worst team in that division, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking of everybody else. I'm like, well, dang, you might be right. Y'all's division gonna be a dog fight this. Oh my god, that's why I say like I'm not. If y'all don't win a division, like I'm not saying y'all win because y'all's division is like legit. Y'all got a legit division.
It is. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
And then we don't start the division don't start having it's kind of similar to the AFC North, to where our division games don't start until like week 11 or something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's about to get crazy around that time. It feels like a college atmosphere. Play all the non-conference games and then get right into it. That's what it's gonna feel like. But now I will give you, as far as Brock Purdy, that 3-week stretch where Deebo Samuel was out and they placed him on that 4-week injured reserve list. They did have a 3-game losing streak. They had no business losing to the Vikings on that Monday night. I do remember that one for sure. They lost to the Browns. So what a guy, their kicker.
Michael Browns.
Yeah, them crazies. Was it Joe Flacco? It might have been Joe. I don't know. It was either. I'm not sure if Flacco started yet with that one, but nevertheless, they went to the dog pound and lost, and it was somebody else they lost to. They had 3-game losing streak. Brock Purdy did not look the same. I give you that. I do. When Deebo was not there, I will give you that. So yeah, we will see. We will definitely see on that. Really quick, I'm gonna throw out some names here. You let me know if you would want these people on your team or not.
Right.
All right. You mentioned his name in a sense already. Kirk Cousins, Kirko Chains.
I'd take him as a backup QB.
All right.
Yeah.
We talked about this guy earlier, Jaden Daniels.
Backup QB. Just because, like, he does, yeah. It's kind of, it's like, yeah, maybe we got to see how that offense look, but that offense is gonna be on the field a lot with that defense. So, maybe, yeah, I'll take him as backup QB because he's one of those guys that like could pop. So, okay. Right. He said yes to Kirk Cousins, no to Jaden Daniels.
I think so. In that order. All right.
I want to see what his diet is like. He probably gets a lot of empty calories in his diet. This kid. Shout out to Vic for the interaction.
And that's a fellow Colts fan for you too, just so you know.
He knows what he's talking about there.
All right, we're gonna pivot over to running backs here. I got 4 of them for you. Oh, he said better situation.
See, you can't say that. I mean, because you got Hall of Famer Kyle Pitts. Who's a running back?
Pre Hall of Famer Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson.
You got Drake London.
Yeah. We're still waiting on that potential to pop. Like they've had like those moments, but it's like it hasn't. We'll see. And he's coming off of what is it, like a torn ACL or torn Achilles? He's coming off an Achilles.
And that was the other thing. That's the other reason why I mentioned it. Like Kirk Cousins coming off the Achilles, but also like from a fantasy standpoint in a good situation. So how would you approach that?
Yeah, if I had to pick between the two, I would take Jaden Daniels. I would take a fresh body over a torn Achilles.
If Penix Jr. was the starting quarterback, would you feel better?
Yes, absolutely. Because Penix can move as well. Like Kirk Cousins ain't running. He ain't going over. Michael Penix can move. But he's never came off of he's 70 picks. But he's never like this is like a big injury for Kirk Cousins. That's gonna be tough for him. Even though like mobility wasn't his thing. I mean, just getting that bounce in the pocket, kind of that movement and stuff. Have we seen him in the preseason yet?
Cousins?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, their division does suck. Hey, that's Baker Mayfield's division. Chill out. That's Baker Mayfield division.
We gonna let the Baker bake?
Hey.
I don't know, but all right, we're gonna pivot to these running backs real quick, and we'll circle back to Kirk Cousins as the season approaches.
Yep.
Devon Achane. So I'll throw some perspective here. So as we know, the Miami Dolphins is nothing but a track team. I feel
Right.
like you could put those guys out there on the 4x100 and it probably can maybe qualify. I don't know, but he also shares the backfield with Raheem Mostert, who had an anomaly year with all these touchdowns, and they
He's
also
another.
drafted running back, I think Jalen Wright or something like that in the third round. So plenty of mouths to feed, it feels like. So
Yeah.
that being said.
Nope.
All right, especially at the ADP that he's going right now, it's insane. New Vikings running back Aaron Jones.
Yes. Yes. I take Aaron Jones. I take Aaron Jones in that situation. I think he's gonna bring, especially with Sammy D out there slinging. Yeah, I feel like, but that's another. He got to stay healthy. Even when he's in Green Bay,
The hammy.
got to stay healthy.
That's true. Deshaun's front row seat individual on his bus, Tony Pollard.
Oh no, nope. For what? Where is he even playing at? He's still in Tennessee.
Yep, he's a Titan.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
No, we ain't
Ain't
doing
worried
it.
about Tony. Oh, phony Tony. Nah.
All right. Where's Jen at? I miss Jen. Ramondre Season, Ramondre Street Stevenson.
Is he?
He's supposedly healthy and pretty much the only option in New England. He'll probably make a solid RB2.
Nope.
Not gonna be able to do it.
Nope.
All right.
Too much risk. If he's the only option there, what's everybody gonna focus on? The only option, and that's what they're gonna take away from him.
Okay. All right. We're gonna pivot over to wide receivers. One of them. Ooh, he's at RB4 at best.
Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I agree with you. I agree.
So if that's the case, both of you are pretty much saying the New England Patriots are going to be the worst team in football this year. If that's the case, because if that's the case, that's exactly what's about to happen. That means they offense going to average about 5.5 points a game.
I'm trying to do like a quick scroll.
I give you a couple ones. The New York Giants will be in that boat. I would possibly throw in the Minnesota Vikings, but I mean they just signed Stephon Gilmore. We'll see on that one. I feel like there's some old Tom Brady blood boiled in that answer. So
oh yeah,
but
what you say? Okay, we got the Giants, we got the Patriots.
I threw the Vikings out there. The Carolina Panthers, you can throw them in there too.
Yep. The Saints.
Yeah, maybe the Cardinals.
Raiders.
Yeah, but I think the Raiders are slightly better than those teams, just slightly.
Yeah,
but you can throw them in there as a contender. I think that's about it on surface. I'm forgetting somebody. Yeah, we'll roll with those things. Like pretty much saying the Patriots are gonna be the worst team, and I think betting odds they do have the best odds to be the worst team. Oh yeah, Chargers.
Oh, I was gonna get on them, man. Like I think they're. That's where I need to do some research on the Chargers. I would go grab a running back from the Chargers because Harbaugh is gonna run that ball, and that's what this will be a year where I would kind of almost want to stay away from Justin Herbert because he's already hurt, and they're not. I mean, that's just not what Jim Harbaugh does. He's not, and they're gonna be. You can't be dependent on the mobility with a guy who has foot issues.
So it's like which running back though? Apparently they signed the dynamic duo from the Ravens, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. He also drafted Jarrett Patterson. So pick your poison on that one.
It might be the year we've been waiting for from J.K. Dobbins.
I mean, it feels like J.K. Dobbins is equivalent to Detox, the album that Dr. Dre was supposed to drop for like 15 years. We've been waiting on J.K. Dobbins since he got drafted.
Same thing with Kyle Pitts.
But he did go over 1,000 yards in his rookie year.
So we got excited, and then it's like, hey, I got a phone call from my dad. He's gonna pick me up this weekend. We're gonna hang out. Never showed.
Hey,
not answering the phone. Like maybe that's PTSD or I don't know, whatever.
Hey, I just watched that Fresh Prince episode not too long ago.
Woo, that's it. That was Kyle Pitts.
Dang.
Dang.
He said JK gonna be.
It's possible. It is possible. They're gonna have the best injury reserve in the league.
Dude, they better have the finest doctors on that staff.
No, they don't. Do you see what they did with Tyrod Taylor?
Oh yeah.
That man ain't been the same since, man.
Punctured your lung? When did he puncture your lung? From his own doc?
Right.
Oh man, he said they had no quarterback either. Cousins there, his numbers will go up. Kyle Pitts. Think Hawkinson? You gonna have some Hawkinson? Well, he might. He just might. Like for real. He just might. All right, real quick. Wide receivers.
Okay.
We mentioned him earlier. You gonna make a decision this time. Rashee Rice.
Like when do I gotta pick him? Or would I just want him on my team?
I guess so. Based on that question, I feel like you would pick him at a certain point.
Yeah, I pick him at a certain point. Absolutely.
Okay, so all right. So let me re-ask the question then to get a better answer. Would Rashee Rice be a top 2 wide receiver that you pick on your team?
Nope.
Top 3 wide receiver you pick on your team? Okay.
I take him at 3.
And then Vic got him at bench wide receiver 4. So between 3 and
3. Okay. All
right. Next one. George Pickens.
Man, I love George, man.
Sensational talent.
Oh.
Fact, you see that highlight yesterday or that catch that he?
What Future say? Sensational. Yeah, man, I'm taking George, man. I put him in the same. He would not take George. Come on, man. You ain't gonna take George Pickens, man.
Is it because of still got it, Russ? Or
No. You know why I'm taking George Pickens? Because I had a Bears fan right here that told me all my dude Justin Fields needed was some weapons. George Pickens is a weapon. You got Pat Firemuth over there. You got
potentially Brandon Ayuk.
Potentially Brandon Ayuk. No, they said that's all that man needed was weapons. So I am trusting in this Bears fan right here. Russ ain't gonna be able to cook, and they're gonna put in Justin Fields. Justin Fields gonna get in and he gonna tear it up. Because that's what y'all told me he could do.
Hey, look.
He tore it with Ohio State. So.
Yeah. Hey, he murdered Trevor Lawrence in that game. That's almost like.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's easy when you got a bazooka. And Trevor Lawrence had a 22. Clemson had them weapons that freaking Ohio State had.
Whew. Yeah, no lies.
Bro, Marvin Harrison Jr. was sitting on the bench.
Oh yeah, because they had what, Olave and
was it London, Olave?
Garrett Wilson.
Wasn't London on that team too?
No, London went to USC. They had
okay,
they had Garrett, they had Olave, and it was somebody else that's really good. Yeah, that team was loaded. But one thing I can say though, in the defense of that, DJ Moore had a career year last year. He had a career year last year. So, next person.
Okay.
Oh, that's who it was. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Vic. Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
Are
Yeah.
you scared?
I'm taking Scary Terry. Dude,
You
Scary
scared?
Terry is DeAndre Hopkins. We talked about DeAndre Hopkins before. It don't matter who you got out there. Scary Terry gonna get his.
Okay. I mean, we did talk about it. Cut from the same cloth, right?
Yeah.
Same fabric. No matter. I'm gonna get mine.
Yep.
All right. Matter of fact, I got 3 more wide receivers for you. Jordan
Okay.
Addison.
Yeah. I'd take him maybe 3. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4. Not yeah.
Okay. Brian Thomas Jr.
I don't know.
That one's a little tough.
I don't know.
He's supposedly there with number 1. Trevor Lawrence there. He just signed that outstanding contract, which I have thoughts on. I mean, they also signed Gabe Davis, who, if I had a bus, he'll definitely be on my bus. They have Kirk Cousins, not Kirk Cousins, Christian Kirk, whatever his name is, that y'all like, and you know how I feel about him. But yeah, Brian Thomas Jr.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll take him 4th.
4th wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because
right. We don't know what we're going to get out of the Jags, bro. It's like, hopefully they're dog water because they're in my division, but they were supposed to win that division last year.
They were. They blew it big time. Big time. There's no way that should have happened the way it did. And now I'm going to pivot over to a player on a team that I feel like based on their offseason, they probably could go from worst to first in that division. But don't hate me when I say this. You mentioned the name DeAndre Hopkins. Or you can just throw in Calvin Ridley.
No.
Nah, either one.
Nope. DeAndre's, I hate to say it like this, and I love DeAndre, but DeAndre Hopkins is 33 years old. No. It's like we still praying for that Julio Jones, right now. I'm putting him in that. That's where he's at in his career right now. Yeah, and he's not in a really good QB situation. Like if he was maybe your 2nd or 3rd receiver, yeah, maybe. And Calvin Ridley is no. He really let me down last year with the Jags, bro. That hurt.
That was wild. Cause he scored like maybe 3 touchdowns on the year, if I'm just guessing. It wasn't many.
Yeah, and I think maybe 2 of them came in one game. As I got excited, it's like, oh yeah, he's gonna have a. Nah, Calvin Ridley. Nah.
Wasn't that like week 1?
I think
like
so.
1 or 2 where he just went off, and we sitting here like,
we ain't seen him since.
Yeah, that was wild.
And the QB situation is better in Jacksonville than it is in Tennessee. Who's starting? Is it Will Levis?
Yeah, it's I call him Levi's, but no, yeah, it's Will Levis.
Whatever happened to old boy, man, Malik Willis? Whatever happened to him out of Coastal Carolina? That's where he went, right? It was Coastal Carolina.
It was something of the sort. Boy, yeah. I knew they gave him one chance last year. I mean, before that they gave him a chance, but then they gave him like what? I think a half a start or a start, and it was terrible. And they like, you'll never play in this town again.
Yeah,
that was bad. All right, then I got 3 more for you, tight ends, and then we'll be done with this. Okay. Hall of Fame Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think this will probably be his best year. He's got 2 quarterbacks. We'll see what Kirk Cousins is like. If Kirk Cousins is bad, I feel like Michael Penix can get him the ball as well. Yeah, I think this will be his best year.
right. So a guy that a lot of people was like very excited on until he went to the Raiders, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I think I still take him. You got him, man. Michael Mayer. Shout out to Notre Dame, tight end university. Uh, yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd take him. Michael
Okay.
Mayer. Mayer was he played for Notre Dame as well. So did Cole Komet. You know what I'm saying, we tight end university. Yeah, I'd take him.
Okay.
I wonder what that offense is gonna look like with both of them out there though. And you got Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. Like they're the best they're gonna be is a 500 team. 'Cause that's what those two quarterbacks bring you. But yeah,
Agreed on that one. Dalton Schultz.
yes,
Okay.
yes, they like that. Dalton like that. Dalton was like that with when freaking he was with Dallas.
Yeah,
Uh,
Dalton was cold.
you go there, they got weapons. You got Tank Dell. I always forget the other freaking receiver's name. The one who torched it.
Nico.
Nico Collins. Nico Collins. And then they just went and got Stephon Diggs. Bro, that's gonna be
That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah, that's gonna be crazy. And then they went and got my boy from Cincinnati, um,
Joe.
Joe Mixon. There we go, Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon sleeper this year. Joe Mixon sleeper because Joe ain't been like crazy, bro. Joe sleep because you got to worry about all these wide receivers. So
Needless to say, you can't stock the box at all whatsoever.
Nah.
So all he has to do is get past the line of scrimmage and make a linebacker miss. That's what it feels like.
Hey, bro, we drafted for that game, right?
I would hope so.
What's his face? Latu. Bro,
Yes.
that's like pass rusher. Yes, he's coming.
You got to.
I'm gonna tell you, CJ. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You're gonna have Latu coming off one side, and I don't know if it's gonna be Quiddy or Dio Dangbo because either one. It probably be Quiddy because we invested more in him. Hey, but them boys is coming, bro. They coming. So think fast. Let's say that.
Man, your division gonna be fun to watch from a distance. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Because
now y'all gonna be better. Y'all gonna have dogfight, bro. It's like, yeah.
I think yours can be too. Like yeah, I definitely know what I got in my division, but yours is intriguing. Like, because of course you got the darling Texans who weapons galore. And the defense is actually the two edge rushers they got on defense is insane. And then you still got Stingley back there, so it's like okay. So you got that. You got your team. I mean, you're like I already mentioned, like the weapons on that team, and if a healthy Anthony Richardson definitely goes a long way with a healthy JT. I wouldn't even count out Tennessee to a certain degree.
Oh, they are, bro.
I don't know.
You know somebody else we don't talk about with the Texans, who I think I think them signing Stephon Diggs is gonna hold him back, but this is gonna be the first.
I know
Michi, like he had the cancer diagnosis, and then last year was like his first year, like really getting back into it. I feel like Michi gonna be, but they gotta let him go. You gotta trade him, or they just gonna hold him back because you got too many cooks in the kitchen.
Man, some got to give unless God forbid an injury happens.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I'm not saying that they will, but the Titans, I look, they got their over under at 6 wins. I think they go over that.
No.
For the simple fact that they probably have the second best wide receiver core in that division, and then they added a lot of corners too to combat.
Hold on. Oh, you're close to. You smoke? You feel like the Tennessee Titans have the second best wide receiver core in the AFC South.
Yeah.
So you're saying the Tennessee Titans with old DeAndre Hopkins,
Mm-hmm.
inconsistent, well, I can't, freak, Calvin Ridley.
Mm-hmm. Tyler Boyd. Also, Traylon Burks. Like, yeah.
Traylon
Yeah.
Burks. All right, bro.
That's wide receiver 4 on the team, and he was drafted in the first round.
But you're saying they're better than Michael Pittman, A.D. Mitchell, and Josh Downs. And
Arguably.
Alec Pierce ain't even like Alec. This is gonna be the first time Alec Pierce has a quarterback that can throw the ball past the 15-yard line.
Was that a shot at Gardner?
Oh, that's a big shot, bro. I knew as a Colts fan after Game 4, I said, do not put Gardner Minshew in because we're gonna be good enough to be 15 in the draft. I said, hey, just throw the whole season away. Just throw it away. I knew who he was gonna get because he can't get Alec Pierce that vertical threat. He couldn't get Alec Pierce the ball. Yeah.
Oh man.
I can't believe that second best.
Arguably.
Who am I arguing with? Like what?
I mean, so can we say that the Jaguars probably had the worst wide receiver core in that division?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. We can look, I could compromise on that one.
I say ours is second. I say I'll put us second. You go Tennessee third, Jags fourth.
All right, but I would say that Tennessee probably has a very formidable secondary in that division. I'll give you that. I would say that.
What's it?
And I think the Jags might end up being the worst team in that division when it's all said and done this year. And that's crazy to say.
I'm putting
based on
they'll be third.
You still got Tennessee at the bottom.
Yep.
Okay.
Will Levis ain't sold me on nothing, bro. Like I have no faith in Will Levis. None.
I would not disagree with you on that one whatsoever. At all. This is one of those to where the sum of the parts around this man, he better produce, and that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's the same thing we said about Dr. Dre and that detox out. You better produce. We never got anything. we ain't get nothing. Like, bro.
Oh man. I'm with you when you're right. Oh man. But yeah, that's all the questions I got, man. Unless you want to hit on something else before we get out of here.
I'm now gonna ask you a question.
All right.
We talked about Kansas City. Which running back are you taking?
From Kansas City?
Yeah, are you taking any running back out of Kansas City?
It'd definitely be Pacheco, but
okay.
But I would say this, because Pacheco is like going as a low-end RB1 this year. Right now, I cannot have Pacheco as my number one option. But it pretty much would pivot to a category I would get into, but we're not going to get into it today. But I'll just give you a sneak peek. The hero or zero running back draft strategy, and we could probably talk about that next time. But I cannot have Pacheco as my RB1. I'll say that much.
All right, last question. Speaking of RBs, who is your top running back? Who you grabbing first?
It would have.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but
I mean, are we including CMC in this discussion? Because I mean,
he's running back.
Yeah, that would be.
That's what it's gonna be.
That would be it.
Let me look at something real quick. All right. All right. So you're gonna grab a 28-year-old Christian McCaffrey. That's those running back. They getting close to that age.
they do, but there's a couple of anomalies to that. Like how old is? Yeah. Who comes off an ACL injury and wins league MVP?
AP. That's it.
How old is Derrick Henry? Because I mean the stuff that he's probably, even though last season, that was
season, he's hitting that wall.
But before last season, the season before, is like he's still doing things at his size and at his age he probably shouldn't be doing either.
Derrick Henry, 30 years old. Nah, that's it. That 28. That's it. That's when you start seeing that. That's that running back age.
All right, so you know what? All right, real quick then. Your top 5 fantasy running backs this year, then.
Dang. This is rough. You put me on the spot. I already know who my top 2 are.
Or if you want, we can probably compile the list together and see if we agree on this list.
All right, let's do that.
All right, so just to get out the way, Jonathan Taylor is the top 5 fantasy running back.
Of course.
All right.
He's top 1. But go ahead.
even that 28-year-old running back, just down a little bit. He's in the top 5.
Christian McCaffrey. Yes. I said McCaffrey. I mean, Christian McCaffrey, for sure. All
right. Hey man, I gave y'all a glimpse of the hall pass last year when we all was on the pod together, and he delivered. The hall pass in my top 5.
Brees Hall?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Freak? I don't want to ask you because I've already said his name today, and it's on the tip of my tongue. What about y'all's running back?
You said our running back? No, he's not top 5.
With all the weapons he got throwing the ball, you don't think? No,
because I think it's gonna be a split backfield. I don't think the volume is gonna be enough.
Shoot, that Brees Hall. I guess did we throw Derrick Henry in there? Or,
I'm on the fence on that one. I throw out some names here.
Bijan,
you can throw out there. You can throw out Saquon. You can throw out Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyren Williams.
Oh, that's it. I'm sorry. Okay. So we got Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley. That's 4, and throw Bijan Robinson there. There's your 5th. I forgot, bro. Saquon's going into an amazing situation where they got 2 running backs in the backfield, Jalen Hurts, and this is gonna be the best situation he's ever been in.
I'm scared though.
Of what?
Because of that. Because of the tush push at the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how many touchdowns will Saquon Barkley not score because of that? That's my only concern with Saquon.
Maybe they're not gonna be pushing Hurts' tush. Maybe they're gonna get Saquon there, and Hurts they just kind of go back and forth. They just be pushing butts all day. him and Jalen Hurts, they gonna know each other's butts. Like, I knew who that is. That's Saquon.
Wait, they gonna line really Saquon under center, and Jalen Hurts gonna be pushing him in the end zone.
All right, hand it off, and then Saquon jump, and then Jalen get right behind, give him a push, and I don't know. They're gonna figure something out. Nick Sirianni's gonna figure it out. Somebody's butt's getting pushed. No Diddy.
Whew. That's rough. Yeah. But yeah, that's my only hiccup with that one. I get it.
I forgot about Jahmyr Gibbs. I like Jahmyr Gibbs, man. I
do too. If it's like so the Gibbs reminds me exactly like Kamara when he first started, and it's like when Kamara and Mark Ingram had that dynamic duo, and then all of a sudden, and then they let Mark Ingram go, and then Kamara really started to take off.
Who's that other running back in with Detroit? He used to play for the Bears. Didn't he play for the Bears? Y'all let him go. Said he was hot dog water because y'all wanted. Oh boy, what's that boy name? The dude was always hurt. Oh dang it! Is he still with y'all? Let me look at the Bears roster real quick. Let's see. No, that's not it. You got Swift. Khalil Herbert. That's who y'all wanted. Yeah, it's free Khalil Herbert. We're on that hashtag. You remember how we said we're going to keep receipts on my Sam Darnold? This is Costco. I'm bringing up that receipt for Khalil Herbert. Like,
hey, well, I know he still might have a productive year this year, but last year, my gosh, that went.
What, Swift not gonna play?
No, I ain't saying that, but I did mention it's probably gonna be a split backfield, so yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know, but I know my team is definitely better with Swift on the roster than without him. I know that much,
bro. Y'all are loaded. Yeah,
but that those top 8 running backs, though, in my opinion, you have one of those, you're good. That's between JT, McCaffrey, Bijan, Brees, Derek, Saquon, Gibbs, and Kyron. Like, you have one of those, you all right with me. But that's all I got. Unless you got something else on the brain.
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm excited. Yeah. Well, until the next one.
Definitely until the next one. Just so normally I'll ask Sean about this, but you can find us anywhere you get your podcast from. You know, we are streaming live right now on YouTube and Facebook. But also you can find us on, Apple, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon, wherever you get your podcast from. So until next time, for my boy Mr. West, I'm Jamar. Season's ramping up, so you will probably catch us more on a regular basis. But until next time, peace.
Peace.